My name is Dominique Reill. I'm a professor of history at the University of Miami. I was hired in the United States to be a modern Europeanist, but for my purposes, what I care about, the reason why I wake up in the morning and rush to look at old papers is that I care about the 19th and 20th century. I care about this world around the Mediterranean that is less known. I mean, it's known very well to specialists, but it's less known when one thinks about the Mediterranean Sea. I like the idea of thinking about different populations, different religions, different languages, figuring out what does it mean to live in communities that are supposed to somehow be one, and yet they're all different. So my first book was about the period after the Napoleonic Wars, when the Venetian Empire had disappeared, and there was a new question of, well, if we're a Slavic speaker or a German speaker, if we're not Catholic, if we're Jewish or Armenian or Orthodox, where do we fit? Maybe we can have an equal voice. And so I wrote a book about that, and then I started looking at after World War I, when the Habsburg Empire disappeared, and then there was another question. There's no more empire. Are we going to be a nation state? How is that going to work when we have no majority? Our populations are a mix of different ethnicities, religions, and languages. And now I've been brought to the early 1900s, before breakdowns of systems, but where human beings are moving so much. So this new project is about Mediterranean migration in the 20th century, and thinking about how Mediterranean port cities were just as modern, if not the laboratories of urban planning, welfare state, migration, and democratic politics at the beginning of what we usually consider to be different stories. And that's why it's exciting to be in Marseille, because this is something that happened here. And in fact, many of the cities I'm studying in the Eastern Mediterranean actually copied Marseille's example of how to make a port, how to integrate and not integrate immigrants. And I'm using as a case study this man, very famous, Fiorello LaGuardia, who is a mayor of New York City, its most famous and beloved mayor, the LaGuardia Airport, who lived many, many years in this area.